In this video, we're going to go over some of these San Luis Obispo County sneaky little prices, little things that you need to know about before over here. So stay to the very end because we got some things to unpack, and make sure that you don't make a mistake before you move on out here. We're going to get to it right now. So we're going to go over a few things that you need to know about before you move out here to the Central Coast, California, and San Luis Obispo County. In particular, some of these little sneaky prices that you might not be familiar with and not even expect. So the first thing we're going to talk about is gas prices. Now, no matter when you've been watching this channel, you've seen I've done a cost of living video before. When I did my first one here about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, we were at about $7 a gallon in gas prices. So I want to tell you where we're at right now. This might be a little bit of relief, but still a shock. I don't know, depending on where you are located and what you're currently experiencing. So until we get to Teslas, until the state requires us to make the shift to those types of vehicles, this is where it's at with gas prices. So I'm going to bring some things up for you so we can evaluate. All right, so one of the things that you need to realize is depending on where you're at in the county on the Central Coast, the price is going to differ. It's going to differ from San Luis Obispo County to Santa Barbara County to Monterey County to Ventura County, which are all kind of this coastal area. But we're going to focus on San Luis Obispo because because this is where you might be relocating, right? So we're not at $7 where we were before, but the most expensive one is on Marsh Street at $6.15 a gallon. Then we have $5.39, $5.69, $5.39, $5.99, $5.39, $5.79, $5.85, and $5.39. So these are 10 gas stations just to average it out. This is where we are currently at. So again, just depending if you're in a more prime location in the county, then you're going to be paying more in the gas price, just like anywhere else that probably you're going through in whatever state you're in. Although if we're going to Arizona, Nevada, Las Vegas, gas prices are different. So I just want to make you aware. This is just a cost that sometimes you're not aware of as you are making your way over here. This is something that you should budget for. So the gas prices, no matter when you watch this video, it's probably going to be in the higher pricing that you see in the nation and in the state. We are one of the higher priced gas locations in California. So that is something that I want you to take note of and make sure that you are budgeting as you are researching the Central Coast. Let's move on to our next item to take note of is we have this thing called sales tax. In other states, you don't. I've talked to friends that have moved away and come back, and they're like, something's 99 cents, you pay 99 cents. Well, here it's not that way. So depending on where you land on the Central Coast, you're going to have different sales tax. But let's compare California versus the Central Coast itself. Well, let's just do what everybody else does and compare statewide tax rate. I was trying to zoom that in. But right here, you can see the statewide tax rate is 7.25 in most areas of California. Local jurisdictions have added district taxes that increase the tax owed by a seller. Now, take note that sometimes, depending on where you're going to be landing, some areas are going to have a higher state tax because it's tourists and things like of that nature. And that's going to have a higher tax, state tax. Now, let's look at where we are here on the Central Coast. All right, friends, here we are, 8.75. What is the sales tax rate in San Luis Obispo, California? The minimum combined 2023 sales tax rate for San Luis Obispo, California is 8.75. So this is the total of state, county, and city sales tax rates. The California sales tax rate is currently 6%. That's not correct, but as you can see, it will fluctuate. And I just, want to make you aware of this because it is kind of bonkers. You're not used to it. And that is something, again, that you need to budget in your life. So again, we were at 7.25. San Luis for California than I showed you where it is for county. And I will tell you that where I live in South County on the Central Coast, in the Grover Beach, Pismo Beach area, Rio Grande, and even within these little towns that are about 2 miles apart, the sales tax is different. So this is what I paid today, just so you know that there is a difference. I paid 7.75 at CVS today. Here's my receipt. I don't know if you can necessarily see it or want to see what I bought, but anyway, 7.75. So it does differentiate in the areas. It is different in the different areas. So again, just a ballpark, where you're relocating, take note of that. Sales tax is a thing here. You might not be used to it if you've been just used to paying a certain amount for one thing, and that's what you're paying. It's not that way here. So take note of that. We do have sales tax here on the Central Coast. All right, and just real quick here, if you're finding anything of value, please give us a like. It helps other people just like you find this information. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting there. Thank you for being here at the Central Coast Living channel. My name is Bernice, as you should know by now, or if not, this is your first time here, welcome. I'm a local real estate broker. I grew up here, raised my kids here, and I'm still here making these videos for you to try to help you figure out where you want to land here on the Central Coast. I'm passionate about it. I've lived here for many, many years, and I am here to probably retire. But I know that this might not be for everybody. It's happened to me. I've had many of you come into the area and just said it's not for them, and that's okay. And that's what I'm trying to show you here. I try to teach you or talk to you, educate you about lifestyle, prices, what's going on, so that you can make a good decision as you are trying to figure all of this out for yourself, your family, no matter what chapter in your life that you're in. So again, give us a like, subscribe, and let's continue. Okay, so this is a big one. As you're searching for your property here on the Central Coast, not sure what the cost of living is, or this might be something that you're not aware of as you're budgeting your cost to move here from another state, another location. Be aware of property taxes, and property taxes, for a good rule of thumb, is 1% of your purchase price. We're talking $1 million home, it's a $10,000 per year divided by 12, right? So everything's going to be divided by 12. You're talking about a $700,000 home, $7,000 per year, divide that by 12. $500,000 condo, because that's pretty much what you're going to get around here, is going to be a $5,000 year property tax. Divide that by 12, and then add your homeowners association fee. So that's just a good rule of thumb. You can go 1.025. When you're coming into the area, we can do what's called a buyer's net sheet. We can do all your costs of what it's going to cost you to purchase your home. There's fees for that. Obviously, you have your lending fees that are separate unless you're a cash buyer. But regardless, those property taxes are property taxes. Good news if you are over 55 and are going to be retiring in our community, then you can bring your tax base over and you can actually purchase the property here. You have 2 years to sell your property from wherever you're relocating from. Please, please, please check all of this information with your CPA. This is a requirement for you before you even sell your home. All of you should be talking to your CPA, making sure of your tax consequences, where you should be taking your equity and things of that nature. So just some good news. You can bring your tax base over here, and we have links to the San Luis Obispo County website. You can check out the details of that. That is something that you need to do, and you need to get educated on that capability as well. So you can bring your tax base, and there's requirements for that, some little nuances to that. But again, just remember our property taxes are 1%. And again, sometimes, hey, real quick, don't forget to like the video because it helps other people just like you find the information. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos, and leave us a comment because we love hearing from you. There's a little bit of a higher tax only because if there's a certain city that doesn't have revenue coming in from hotels or tourism, because we do have these little areas within our town, our Central Coast town or community. Some areas are picking up revenue from tourism, so it doesn't, our property owners don't get hit as hard, and some areas that just don't have that. So how is the city going to improve roads and sewer systems and things like that? It's going to impact the property owners. They have to get the money from somewhere and from the business owner. So again, those are logistics, things that I can help you out. This is where it's important to reach out to a local person in the community, a local realtor, broker that is, boots on the ground, knowing what's going on in all the communities. So that is where it's critical to work with someone here locally. So let's move on to our next little sneaky SLO county costs that you might not be aware of. Okay, friends, here is the last item that we need to cover, and this is the big one. This is the cost of housing. Affordability is an issue here, hands down, no question about it. I've been getting calls from retirees. I am a 55places.com preferred partner for our area. So I get calls from a lot of you trying to retire here, and many of you are getting shocked. You can't find something in the 700 range that meets your criteria. And that's a common thing. Like, I get these, are you joking? Is that all I can get? And, I don't control the market. The buyers control the market. And, we can't control who's coming here and with what money and how that's all playing out. But there are different retirement communities that are coming into the area. There's other new construction communities that you can look into, but the housing itself is expensive here. And I'm going to bring up just some average San Luis Obispo County pricing for you so that you can get a good feel for it. I just don't want you to waste your time if this isn't the community that you want. If you don't want, 70-degree weather all year, if you don't want to be outside, have huge planned communities besides Trilogy and a few that are coming up in San Luis, and a few golf courses and neighborhoods. We're just not that area. So you might want to check out Ventura County, or you might want to go north of us a little bit more. So again, I'm just trying to save you some time and money. So let's break down some costs here, some realistic pricing so that you can really digest it and see if it's going to work out for you. Okay, so now we're back. Let's look at realistic pricing of where we're at in San Luis Obispo County. So here it is, August 2023. Our average sales price is $956,900. Okay, so that is for the whole county. Now, please take note of the following. Depending on where you're going to land here on the Central Coast, the farther you are from the Pacific Ocean, from the beaches and things of that nature, the pricing is going to be a little bit better. North County above the grade, which is the Atascadero, Paso Robles, Templeton, San Miguel, Shandon, all those areas up over the grade, about 30 minutes north of San Luis Obispo proper, are going to be more affordable. And on the flip side, because it's more of a little Napa vineyard, you're going to have an opportunity to have acreage, vineyard, some space, and have a little bit better, more bang for your buck up there. So the coastal towns, from San Simeon, Cayucas, Morro Bay, Los Osos, Pismo Beach, Avila Beach, Grover Beach, Oceano, all these little coastal towns are going to be on the pricier side. Cambria, Cambria is a very well sought out little coastal town as well. Now, San Luis proper, because of the college, it's our biggest city here in our community. It is definitely a heavy hitter on pricing. So Grover Beach, Nipomo, Oceano might be more of your affordable and some of the northern areas. So again, don't despair. This is where you need to, reach out to somebody local here and make sure that the price point that you're looking for and the house that you can get for that price point is going to fit your needs. You're really moving here for the quality of life. That is what it is. This is a smaller community. It's slower paced. We are, 3 hours to San Francisco, 3 hours to LA. You're close to Santa Barbara. International flights are kind of a pain, but you can do it. So those are specific things that you should reach out so we can have a conversation about that. I do want to let you know, this is a little thing that I want to let you know about is, we paid $176,000 for our first home in 1998. And right now it's worth almost $750,000. It was a little 3-bedroom, 2-bath in one of the little coastal beaches here. And that's just real estate. So you have to take it all into perspective and relative to the times. So if you're looking to move to the Central Coast, you know that you can reach out to us anytime, day, evening, weekends, it does not matter, because we have your back when you're moving to the Central Coast. So until the next video, we'll catch you later.